Remember this quote: you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a...
So now, he's the villain. Or maybe he always was. Remember Nas Daily? Yeah, the guy in the black tee who once stopped the world for 1 minute at a time. Those 1-minute bursts of happiness, travel, culture, and humanity that once lit up everyone's feeds. He was right up there with the big names, Jay Shetty, Shane Dawson, and all those digital storytellers who ruled the early internet. But somewhere along the way, Nas's light didn't just dim, it disappeared. We're talking about a man with 13 million followers, now struggling to get even tens of thousands of views per video. The man once celebrated worldwide is now ghosted by the same audience that built him. So, what really happened? To find the truth, we've got to rewind all the way back to where it began, the meteoric rise. And Nas Daily's real name is Nusur Yassin, born in Araba, a small town in Israel, to a Palestinian Muslim family. That detail seemed simple back then, but later, it would become the center of everything. At just 19, Nusur won a scholarship to Harvard University, studying aerospace engineering, the perfect mix of brains, logic, and ambition. But beneath the science, he had something else: creativity and storytelling instincts waiting to explode. His first experiment came in 2012 with a quirky video called Operation Skyfall, where he literally sent a hamburger 30,000 meters into space using a weather balloon. It wasn't just funny, it was bold. Within weeks, the video hit 500,000 views. Fast forward to 2016, and Nas made a life-changing decision: quit his job and chase storytelling full-time. He vowed to upload one video every single day for 1,000 days straight. Each video, just 1 minute long, positivity, energy, color, a smile that never faded. And it worked. His Facebook exploded to over 12 million followers. By 2019, he shifted that magic to YouTube. Bigger production, tighter scripts, and the same relentless optimism. 2 millions. And Nas wasn't just a creator. He was a symbol of hope and connection, a man bringing the world together. But behind that polished smile, the cracks were forming. The fall begins. People began noticing something off. Critics accused Nas of twisting facts, cherry-picking stories, and using sensitive topics to build his brand. And then came the video that broke everything. October 2023, the war in Gaza was dominating headlines. The world was grieving, divided, and angry. Then Nas uploaded a video titled, "My Israel and Palestine Explained." It exploded instantly, hundreds of thousands of views in hours, and everyone was watching closely. Because this was personal. A Palestinian Muslim born and raised in Israel. People wanted to hear his truth, but what they got felt hollow. And Nas appeared calm, smiling as always, talking about peace, empathy, and understanding both sides. But this time, people didn't want diplomacy. They wanted honesty. They wanted pain. In a world burning with anger, his middle ground came off cold, like he was trying to play mediator while the world screamed for justice. One viral comment said it best: when people are bleeding, they don't want balance, they want truth. And then, things got worse. Nas tweeted, "I'm Israeli first, Palestinian second." That single line detonated the internet. Soon after, another clip surfaced of him, off camera, cursing Israel. Fans were confused. Was he lying? Who was the real Nas? That contradiction shattered the trust he'd built for years. And once trust breaks, no amount of smiles can fix it. From inspiration to offense, as his reputation spiraled, he tried to pivot with new content, but instead of rebuilding his image, he dug deeper into controversy. In July 2024, he released a video titled, "I studied Islam for 1 month, and I lost all my hair." What was meant to be edgy and humorous turned into one of his worst backfires ever, because for Muslims, shaving one's head isn't a joke. It's a sacred act after Umrah, symbolizing purity and humility. And Nas had turned a holy act into clickbait. The response was brutal. Comments flooded in, calling him tone-deaf, disrespectful, and shallow. Even Muslim creators like Smile Dejana publicly called him out, not just for being wrong, but for being insincere. That video quickly became one of the most disliked in Nas's history. People weren't angry because he misunderstood Islam. They were angry because it looked like he used it. Faith isn't a prop, and respect, it's not something you trade for views. The Wangad scandal, but long before the Islam video, and Nas had already upset another community. In 2021, he released the world's oldest tattoo artist, featuring Apa Huangad, a 103-year-old Filipino legend who practiced ancient tattooing traditions. The video was beautiful, heartfelt, cultural, inspiring, until viewers discovered something shocking. In the video description, Nas claimed Huangad was teaching her tattooing craft on an AS Academy, his online education platform. He even added a sign-up link for viewers to learn from her. But then, Huang At's granddaughter, Gracia, went public on Facebook, calling it a scam. She said, "My grandmother never signed a contract with Nas Daily. People are exploiting our culture." Boom. Another explosion. Nas tried defending himself, posting a video of Huang At pressing her thumbprint on a contract, claiming it was proof she agreed. But the Philippines National Commission on Indigenous Peoples got involved and ruled that Huang At alone couldn't give consent. It had to come from the entire Kalinga community. Nas tried defending himself, posting a video of Huang At pressing her thumbprint on a contract, claiming it was proof she agreed. But the Philippines National Commission on Indigenous Peoples got involved and ruled that Huang At alone couldn't give consent. It had to come from the entire Kalinga community. Nis's good intentions weren't enough. He'd stepped on sacred ground without understanding its rules. Eventually, he fixed things, drafting a new, culturally approved contract. But the damage to his image was already done. The Cacao Project clash. Then came another Filipino creator, Luis Madlulo, founder of the Cacao Project, an eco-farming initiative. In August 2021, she accused Nas of mocking her people during filming, saying he ridiculed local accent and called farmers boring. Her post went viral, and Nas hit back, calling it fake, and even accused her of running a for-profit scheme. He got backup from Project Nightfall, his YouTuber Alive, who claimed they found inconsistencies in her project. But by then, no one cared who was right. To the public, it just looked like another creator using positivity as a mask for arrogance. And the internet had made up its mind, the crypto catastrophe. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. In 2021, Nas released a video praising Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, calling him the most generous Bitcoin billionaire. Later, he hyped up Changpeng Zhao, founder of Binance, calling him the humblest crypto billionaire. Both turned out to be paid promotions, and Nas never disclosed it. When he finally admitted it during a podcast months later, the backlash was fierce. YouTube's transparency rules are clear. Sponsored content must be labeled, and Nas hadn't done that. And worse, both of those billionaire heroes, they fell hard. Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced to 25 years in prison for fraud. The Binance CEO was hit with massive legal action in the US, and Nas had once built his empire on trust. Now, it was all gone. The fade into irrelevance. Today, Nas Daily is a shadow of what he once was. A man who could once pull millions of views now struggles to hit six figures. His tweets barely break 100 likes. Even with 17 million followers, he's become a cautionary tale for every creator chasing virality, because in the end, it wasn't the controversies that destroyed him. It was ego, the belief that he could do no wrong, that he could speak for cultures, religions, and nations without truly listening. And when you stop listening, you lose everything. Maybe Nas can make a comeback, maybe not, but one thing's certain, ego will eat your empire alive. Once the audience stops believing in your story, it's nearly impossible to win them back. So tell me, was Nas always the villain behind that 1 minute smile? Or did the fame bring out a side he didn't know he had? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the rise and fall of internet icons, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because this is just the beginning.